Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and I'm continuing the Shredder Slopes Tournament Pro Division opening round. This will cover holes number 13, 14, 15, and 16. Did pick up the hole-in-one here on hole number 16 on this account. Now, I will say this is it for me. I'm not going to be posting holes number 17 and 18 because I need to wait until late tonight to figure out what I need to do to qualify. You're going to see here, this account's going to be fine. We'll just assume that I'll pick up 3 strokes on the next 2 holes. So I'll be a minus 28, right? And that'll be good to make it. Now, this account right here, I just can't hit perfect shots. Where's it at? Oh, that's it right here. This account, I just can't hit a perfect shot to save my life. So this one could be a minus 27, and you'll see that if I'm a minus 27, that would already put me right here in this range. And we have a ton of people left to play, including these people here, minus 17 after 9, a couple minus 15s, minus 14s, and then just a slew of players who haven't even started their rounds yet. So I'm going to assume that I'm going to need to pick up the eagle here on hole 17 and hole 18 in order to qualify this account. It does look like that hole 17 here has a little bit of tailwind. So this may be something where I decide to go bombs away with like a power 4, power 5, top spin boost ball just to try to get myself into qualifications so that I can make good final round content for the Pro Division, but we'll see. So again, this is it for me. I'm not going to post hole 17 and 18 because I really need to figure out what I need to do to qualify, and I think you guys will understand that. So here we go. All right, we're going to start off on this par 4. We're going to go 6 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. I set up at max distance of my extra mile. Putting my red ring on the rough, kind of trying to aim down the middle of the fairway here. The most important thing is that that second bounce is nicely over the rough line, not too far to the right-hand side, because when we use right curl, we could clip it. Now, we do need to add some right curl to this shot. Little baby right curl, not too much, but it is important because down here you could come close to running onto the rough line like I did on my other account, and I did put it in the rough. So you see here that even with that little bit of right curl, we still do come very, very close to that rough line. So you hit the shot right here, it does give you a good chance to drop the eagle. Wish I would have hit the eagle here on this account because this is the one that's that I'm worried about making it. But regardless, you know, we're going to play at 10% at mid. We're going to try to use the fringe as our landing spot, and we're going to add a little bit of backspin to the shot for ball control. Ball guide line going to the cup. Unfortunately here, I just misadjust by about a decimal, and you see that I believe on this particular account that I roll the pin on this hole. This has been my story of the back 9 so far if you're following along. Most of the stuff is at pin, but you know, I keep doing things like this where I graze the cup. So I didn't roll it, but I did graze it. So minor tweaks there, and you'll be good there for hole number 13. Takes us on to our next par 3, 35% at max. We use the Grizzly here. This is actually a pretty good setup. We're going to go with a little bit of backspin. You know, lower level Grizzlies, you might be able to even play this one with no spin. You're going to see here that I am slightly offsetting to the left-hand side of the cup. Ball guide line pointing towards the cup, but a little bit of an offset to the left, in which you can see right here. 35% at max. In higher winds, be prepared that you could have to pull over 10 rings. You could fix that if you're players who are playing with wind-resistant balls, or if you wanted to step up to a Kingmaker to obviously reduce the wind a little bit. But here you're going to see we come in, and yep, we go into the cup, and we spit out of the cup just because we're coming in a little bit too hot and a little bit too far to the left. So hole number 13 gives you a really good look at it. You could try to play the rough bump here. Again, it's a great wind angle for the rough bump. You could try to play a Guardian backspin shot. There are many, many different options when it comes to this particular hole. For me, that right there with the wind left to right, you know, we'll just call it super easy and go with the Grizzly shot, in which we've played in tournaments past. All right, so here we're going to go with both shots 10% at max. So on my last video, I said some people like to prefer to go onto the right-hand side of The fairway, I actually received 2 messages via Messenger saying, hey, next time we get a good wind angle, can you show us what it looks like to go from the right-hand side of the fairway? So wouldn't you know it? Right here, great wind angle to go to the right-hand side of the fairway. We want to push this drive. I should have pushed it harder. Half a ball of curl to the left. And when I mean push it, I mean go with more overpower. I wish I would have gone with more OP. The only problem is here, you get this little skinny part of the fairway. If you hit a great ball to the left or right, you could put yourself in trouble. It would have been nice to get ourselves at least 415 yards plus, so that we could have, a better shot to the pin. But, for here, at this point, whenever you have a shot that looks like this, you just have to lay up for the eagle, get yourself close down to the green or onto the green, and just call it a day. Unless you get lucky and you set the right spins and you guess the right amount of curl to get this ball to drop into the hole. But here, again, playing it for an eagle, you'd really have to get a lot more yards on the drive in order to get a really good sniper setup. But here, we just roll it onto the green and then we call it a day. All right, this will take us here to the hole-in-one. This will be a no-spin play, and we're going to play 1-to-1. The wind is 6.8 miles an hour. We're just going to pull it 6.8 rings. That's pretty easy as far as that goes. White ring at the top of the rough. This is going to be very similar to how it was played there on the front nine. Only thing that's different here is take a look at the line that I'm playing. I'm playing basically right where the light green and the dark green squares meet. So right in the middle there. If they were sewn together, it would be right on this seam, okay? This is a 6.8 mile per hour wind. If you're someone who's using wind resistance balls and you get lower wind, you're probably going to have to add about 0.1 to 0.2 top spin, okay? And the only reason that I say that is because on my other account, I was hit with 5.5 mile per hour wind. I went with no spin. I came in at the hole, but it came in almost too light. But that one's dead center. On my other account, I did not make the hole-in-one with a perfect ball, but I also much lower wind, so I tried to change my landing position by just a little bit, and it cost me. So I would stick with that exact same landing position that I played right there if I were you. That's it for me, everybody, on Pro. If you skip through the beginning of the video, I did walk through where I'm sitting in the standings. I have 2 Pro accounts. One of them is only on pace for a -27, which at this point does not look like it would make the cut. So I'm going to wait until later on tonight to finish holes number 17 and 18 to see what I need to do in order to qualify. A little bit of tailwind coming up on hole number 17, it looks like. So I may be in a situation where I need to go P5, P4, top spin, boost ball, and see if I can get down for a chip-in shot for an eagle to make sure that I qualify, so that I can provide you with final round content, right? So that's it. Hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I'll talk to you all later.